for no reason, without warning whatsoever. So I just wanted to talk. Been a while. Using the front camera too, which is weird. You know, but you know how it is. People will either show up or they won't. I don't care. But yeah, I got a fan going over there. If it's too loud, let me know, because it's still hot in the garage. We're expecting 90s. We're expecting 90s again next week. So I just wish summer would go away. You know? Well, how's 2025 going for everybody? Oh, look. Someone decided to drop by. What brings you in? You're either one of the followers I already have or a troll. Make yourself known. Why am I getting all these stupid emergency announcements? Just waiting for the crew to show up. Most people already know what my content's about, but if you're here today, it's just because we're chilling and talking. I would like to discuss CNC stuff, because I honestly am still struggling with what CNC I'm going to get. Because, I mean, it's a huge investment. Do you know how many organs I have to sell just to get a Carvera desktop CNC? Because I keep thinking that's going to work for me. But honestly, I don't know if it's going to. I'm sorry, Makira. I really wanted to try your machine, but I just... Hey, how's it going? Another CG. Welcome. Yeah, I just jumped on. I just barely started. I didn't give anybody any warning, and typically people don't give a shit if I do it live anyway. So, most people anyway. I'm smoking tobacco, but I don't want to do it on camera, because then YouTube has their hand over the red cut button. But this stream isn't for people under the age of 18, so you know what? I'm going to fucking smoke my tobacco. If you guys don't like it, there's the door. I'm getting real tired of trying to make people happy. Oh yeah. Don't work on me right now. Yeah. I'm getting real tired of trying to make people happy. Try to make people content in the world. When I go out to the store, people want to start their bullshit with me. And I know YouTube doesn't like cursing and whatnot, but with all the shit they've been airing lately, I don't fucking care. Just that simple. Now, I know people are going to ask, well, what are you doing the stream for? One of the topics of discussion is the CNC, a desktop CNC for what I'm doing. If anybody's seen my drone product or drone projects, you'll see why I would love to have a desktop CNC. Absolutely. Love it. And basically, it's a toss-up. They have this Pocket CNC or Pocket NC, which is probably twice the price of the Carvera Air. But I don't know which one's going to give me the proper build volume. I've been doing the research on it. A lot of them don't like to spit out, this is our build volume. They just don't. Pocket NC is pretty cool because it's kind of open, and you can chuck whatever you want in there. But I don't know. I wanted to try the Carvera. I hit them up. This is YouTube. Thanks for noticing. And this is alive. Sorry, I'm being a sarcastic prick today. It's just how I feel. If people don't like that, then fuck off. Because I'm here to speak my mind. I don't care what anybody says. So that's what it's about. And I'm talking about CNCs right now because I need them for my projects. And I'm kind of curious if anyone's going to mosey on into the chat who has experience with CNCs, specifically desktop ones. Because I don't know what to get. I honestly don't know what to get. Hey Lloyd, how you doing? Welcome to it. Una, you're also welcome too. You'll have to excuse my sarcasm. I'm the type of person who was born with it. So, and this usually offends people, 45, 40, 70, and if it does, I don't fucking care. Because, hey, it's a free country. It's just it's been a difficult week, Just with I try to get on Instagram to like enjoy some of the reels and stuff like that, and it's now inundated with what happened to that famous political figure, and I'm not putting my channel on the back of that man to get views, like everybody else is doing, selling T-shirts. All that, everybody jumped on it like fucking vultures. Sell the shirt, sell the shirt, sell the shirt. And if that shit comes from China, I swear I'm gonna burn every bit of it. I'm not gonna do it. It was a horrible thing that happened to him. It shouldn't have happened. I hope the guy who got arrested, I hope Utah gives him the fucking death penalty, fucking twice. Okay. That's all I gotta say about it. And we're not gonna. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to talk about CNCs. Carla, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. My projects have been basically based on all 3D printing. And at this point, when I do Maiden, the Shrike Ultra, it's gonna fly. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's PETG blades. How can it fly?" Like any other friggin' blade, they're thick. They're thick blades. I can tell you that right now. I think I have one right here. This one has a broken tip on it because I dropped it onto the floor. But they're fairly thick and fairly strong. They can, and they're friction fit into the hub, so they'll survive. That's all there is to it. They've survived past 5,000 RPMs, so when I get the 75 volt ESCs, they'll survive 9,000 RPMs, and this drone will fly. And it'll be the biggest 3D printed drone in the world, already checked. Yeah, that's a good point. Now, as far as centrifugal force, the only thing I'm worried about is the attachment points at the hub, the blade root to the hub. But those are all friction fit. I had to tap them in with a hammer. Because I designed them to be CNC'd. But, I mean, you know how things are. I'm Keep It Real. That's a good name. I like that one. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to my live in my shop where I'm slowly roasting because it's still hot here. I freaking hate this place. I know everyone thinks California is like a democratic state, but I'm telling you right now, it's just the coastline. We go ahead and just, how they demo, like they'll do blast, they'll set up blast when they're mining. If we just do that all across the fault line, California is a red state. That's all I'm saying. Just help Mother Nature along. Can you imagine that sound? Oh, you're an inland? Yeah, hey, so am I. It's all red here in the valley. Nobody wants that bullshit going down, especially Newsom, dumbass. You know, and oh yeah, while we're at it, I know I'm not going to talk about this, but the fact that the people who made fun of what happened last week and lost their jobs, I'm happy you lost your jobs. I hope now that you lose your fucking mind over it, because you woke up something in this country that's gonna fucking stomp every one of you motherfuckers into the dirt. You know, and everyone's gonna say that's not the Christian way to talk, but you know what? There is a such thing as righteous anger, and you're all gonna feel it. Trust me, because you pissed off a lot of people. You know, me personally, I want to do it the way Jesus wants us to do it. You know, forgive these people because they're just plain stupid, and give them a chance. Now, the guy who committed the crime, he's gonna get what's coming to him. The Utah is gonna make sure of that. And I'm happy for the people who lost their jobs over mocking it. What happened? So, yeah. It brought a smile to my face. I mean, these are right here. These are liberal tears. Liberal tears. I'm not a fucking... Really? Really? Look, you don't know the difference between... really? You don't know the difference between an Irishman and a Muslim? I mean, are you kidding me? You're struggling to complete. You think $1 is going to cut? Well, I guess if it's against the Indian dollar, that's like 30 million for you, isn't it? God is great. I don't know who the hell Allah is. You know, so you want to make this freaking religious live? We'll make it a religious live. That's all there is to it. I respect everybody and their right to practice their religion. But if it infringes on my constitutional rights, prepare for fucking war. This is America, okay? You and Ilhan Omar can go fuck off across the fucking pond. I don't give a shit. I'm trying this shit here, and it's within my view, you're gonna get fucked up. Alright, that's all there is to it. You're gonna go see your 70 fucking virgins, which are probably fucking camels that have just been born, by the way. So, fuck you. I ain't giving you any fucking money. No one ever gave me anything. Go fucking earn it. If you had a real problem, you know what I do? I see some of the homeless around my area. I help them out. You want to know why? Because I've been where they are. Okay? If someone's going to ask me $1 because they can't pay for college, what college are you going to? Is it an arcade? Does it require quarters? Don't fucking come in here asking me for money. Get the fuck out. Yeah, I'm pissed. Freedom of speech. Live with it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I don't think I'll be using the Carvera Air. I was hoping to. And they probably don't want to sponsor me anyway, so I don't care. I'm not going to pay for it because it's overpriced. And I built a CNC that's 10 times its size right over there. So it's got an automatic tool changer. You could probably cut something that's about 3 by 4 inches maximum, it looks like. maybe a little bit bigger. It's hard to tell from the pictures. What? I don't even know if it says the freaking build volume on here. No, because the first thing they focus on are the expensive add-ons, which is what I figured they would do. Let's see. No, the package for the 4th axis is not included. Yeah, well, of course. You gotta make your money, right? That ain't worth the money, I guarantee it. That's not worth the money. You know? It's like buying an EV, you know, or a Prius. What's the fucking point? You know? So no, I won't be buying that CNC for sure. Hey, Patlax Entertainment. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the chat. You might hear cursing, you might hear ranting. Get used to it. It's America. I'm actually kind of just out here doing a live because I'm still printing the ductwork for that other engine. And if you don't know what projects I'm talking about, then you go check out the Shrike Ultra playlist. It's a Sarop drone that I'm putting together. And, you know, hoping that people like the idea and like the Maiden, and really hoping that they kind of get into it. Mohammed, is it Gad? I hope I said that right. How you doing? Welcome. Giannalise Aliyah. Hi, how you doing? I'm good, Mohammed. How you doing? Okay, I gotta ask a question for Mohammed. Not making any assumptions here, but by the name, why does everyone come into this chat and assume that I'm Muslim when I'm obviously fucking Irish? I mean, I don't know if they're just trolling or what, you know. But they're like telling me to come. They're coming here and telling me to cut my beard. It's like, fuck you, cut your beard, bitch. It's just a beard. You're gonna walk up to a Hell's Angels and be like, give up Allah. I mean, come on, man. What's wrong with you people? Wearing a shirt that says 45, 47 on it. I got a beard and everyone's like, switch. Hold on, I want to make sure you guys have audio. It's annoying. What part about my looks? The beard doesn't belong to the Muslim, okay? They choose to wear it that way because of their religion. It doesn't belong exclusively to them. And do you see any fucking red-haired Muslims with beards, man? I mean, come on. You guys have to be fucking smarter than this. You have to be. You can't be this. If this next generation is that fucking stupid, I'm never leaving the house again. Hey, what's up, Ben? How's it going? I liked that 22, brother. I want to get that. You sitting here mag dumping. I wonder if that would set off Tannerite. Probably not. I don't think they're moving to. Well, maybe the Magnums. The Magnums might. Ooh, a message was held for review. Let them. What'd they say? Oh yeah, you tried. You'd be the one to try. I'll tell you that. You guys like seeing shooting videos and stuff like that? Check out Bullseye Ben, man. He's got a pretty good setup going on. I wish I had a range in my backyard, but with the way the world's going, that might happen sooner than later. That I can guarantee. Don't worry about it, Ben. You deserve it. You gotta drive an hour to shoot? Man, you know how long it's been since I've been at a range? It's been like forever since I've been at the range. And there's a reason why. Um, Nothing untoward, of course. I just don't, I'm like concentrating on these projects, and I don't have ammunition's expensive, and you know, the way it is. You know how expensive ammunition is. And here in my state, they don't want a background check for ammo. Fuck that noise. I just reload my shit. No rapid fire at indoor range. Well, yeah, I think that's like that everywhere, though. But who's going to rapid fire? I mean, what's funny is when you see these guys running around with their Glocks doing shorts and stuff with that illegal switch that's on the back, and you're like, why are you posting that shit on like Instagram and Facebook? That's the dumbest shit in the world. And what are you gonna hit? You're not gonna hit nothing. Except somebody who don't deserve it. You got what? A 4-inch barrel max? You've got no shoulder brace whatsoever. You've got no forward grip. Nothing. It's not like it's a 92 FS. A Beretta or anything like that. No, it's a freaking Glock. It's not even designed to be automatic. But no, these fucking dumbasses go out and get freaking airsoft. I hope that cheap ass aluminum switch that these gangbangers put on the end of their freaking Glocks, I hope that aluminum switch breaks. Because when it does, you're going to catch a firing pin right to the freaking dome. Well, see, when you dumped that clip, that's what I thought you were. I thought you had it. I thought you like went click but no, it was just your finger action, man. You got to. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. I was gonna be inappropriate for a second there. I was gonna say you got a fast firing gun and a happy girlfriend. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. They mod these things illegally, and then... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see this. Somebody's sending a message. Oh, it flagged that for that word? Damn. Come on, YouTube. Who don't like a pair of tits? That's what your whole business model's on, YouTube. Everybody on the internet's already watched all the videos that they're watching again just because there's a freaking girl wearing barely anything reacting to it. I mean, that's what their business model is. And then they're like, we're against any kind of extortion on women whatsoever, except you're making money off of extorting them daily. Well, yeah, it sells everything. That's the thing. But and they're banking on it. I mean, do you think, if we went off of intellect, if we went off of creativity, do you think like people like, I don't know, that Sniper Wolf chick would be as popular as she is if she didn't have her looks? I guarantee you she'd have less subscribers than me. Guaranteed. I don't know. I guess it could be any girl at this point. I do need to go hunting. I do. We are freeing Palestine, one Palestinian at a time. Don't worry. Don't bring that shit in here. I mean, I don't care about Palestine. No offense to you personally, but I don't care. I don't give a shit. You know who's on your side over in Palestine? All those rainbow flag carrying motherfuckers. And we both know. We both know, Mohammed. We both know. Because I've been in the sand. We both know exactly what you would do with them once they got there. Ain't they? The left is stupid, isn't it? That's why you guys want people over in America to vote left. Because you know they're fucking retarded. Yep, YouTube, I said it. Retarded. Hey, old Glory, how you doing? Been a while. I know. Every time I see the broom, I'm like, yep, there's old Glory. So, I mean, how is everybody doing other than that? You guys, it's been a while since I've been on. Because I've been busy and we're doing a lot of work out front. But my whole street is gone. And we've had to grade most of the property that I have over there to make room for a new sidewalk, I guess. Oh, my freaking back is killing me with this chair. Anyway. But yeah, what I was doing initially was I was trying to find, the purpose of the post was to try and find a CNC that was going to work for me. That was within my price range, which is, you know, and I'm not talking about leftist riot price range. I actually want to pay for it. And the Carvera Air is, I mean, it's expensive, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I can't see dumping $6,000 on something that's smaller than my microwave. And be like, live streaming on YouTube while he was walking. What? Making some sort of horrible comments about Charlie Kirk. Yeah, the reason why until today I haven't really mentioned anything about Charlie Kirk because I did not want to put that. I didn't want to put my channel on his back for views. Because I see a lot of people selling merch now, and they're jumping on it. They're jumping on the merch. That's just sick, man. And I don't want to do that. So you can bring the consequences to his comments online. Well, the one thing Charlie was adamant about was that you treat people like Christ would want you to treat them, even if they're evil. On the flip side of that coin, we're not supposed to abide evil, we're supposed to destroy it. So, just a matter of what time we're in. He literally like called the cops. Yeah, we are in the last days. Like every time something new happens in the year, because this is the way it's been for a couple of years now. Every time something new happens, I'm gonna go, you know what? Christ is gonna come back right before I hit 10,000 subs. That's gonna be like his last joke to me. You know, like, I thought you were going somewhere on YouTube. Not today. Twitch replied, told him to block me and then hung up on him. That's funny. Do you know what they say in our county? Because see, we get violence like this periodically. I mean, especially down the street, close to the airport. Um, and the basically the reaction is, and I'm not saying that this was told to me verbatim. Okay, when people break into my property across the street, I use flashbangs or percussion grenades, uh, concussion grenades. Sorry, used to play drums, and I've had to fight a few people off that were armed, and I enjoyed every waking moment of it. Every moment. You get home from being in the military, and things. There's a lot of things that don't change, and one is eating everything in under 2 minutes. Um, I can't get through a meal. I can get through a meal in less than 2 minutes. Doesn't matter what meal it is. I It's just something I was never able to shake. Um, I don't like using optics. I'm an iron sight guy. That's where I did my best shooting. It was iron sight. Didn't matter what the distance was. Um, I was hitting that target. I mean, let's face it, shit's going sideways in this country right now with all the crap we got to deal with. I was hoping for COVID zombies, but, libtards will do. Yeah, and I'm not afraid to say it. I don't care if they don't monetize this stream. I could give a shit less. Went live again for an hour and cried the whole stream. What do you cry for? Working fast food jobs, same way. Yeah, I can see that. What I think is funny is when you see those posts of people who had to work at Starbucks and they're crying because they had to do so much when they came home. They just don't know if they can hack it in this world. I'm like, bitch, I went to basic training at Fort Benning in July back in 2000. Okay? You want to complain about being a fucking barista? Shit. We have a civil war, it's going to be fucking short. I'll tell you that. All right, YouTube. Let's see what you got. You gonna take me down yet? Go ahead. Did you stop any of the super stickers or super thanks and stuff like that? Super thanks. This shit's funny, man. The hell's falling over there all by itself? I ain't looking at getting haunted today. No, we've had this discussion. You stay dead, okay? And out of my garage. Give me that back. Oh my gosh, man. Anyway, to end the CNC conversation, I think I'll try the Carvera Air, and if it sucks, I'll send it back. Who wants to talk about the AI Atlas that's flying in, right? Who everyone seems to think is a spaceship. I saw a reel on Instagram where this lady was like, I'm a remote viewer. I'm like, what? The shit is a remote viewer. And she explained that at one point a celestial being of some kind came to her and said that there's a meeting in the middle of the moon. And I thought to myself, I see. She's batshit nuts. And that's all there is to it. So she's saying that now this is the funny part. Because if you're a quote unquote remote viewer, you don't need the damn Hubble or James Webb telescope to let you know something's coming in if there's a quote unquote alien on board that's communicating with you. But it's funny how they never say anything until after we've discovered what's coming in. Like there's a big comet coming in from outside the solar system. Then all of a sudden they go, "Oh, I know, I got contacted because I'm a remote viewer, blah, 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 blah." Bitch, you didn't even know that shit was coming until somebody put it on TV. Yeah, she did drop her as a baby on her head repeatedly. Okay? Looking for the remote. That's why she thinks she's a remote viewer. Okay? And that whole psychic BS, they're all going to hell. There'll be a lot of space in heaven, isn't there? It's just a lot of open room. You know? There just is. There's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be like a whole bunch of new construction. It's all empty. You know, what do I have to say? I don't know. There's been so much on my mind about the going on with the project and everything happening in the media. And Venezuela, I'm laughing my ass off right now because there were some, and I'm going to tell you, it was mainly women who probably powder their nose a lot, who were like trying to make fun of the fact that Trump was going to go after the drug cartels. They were like, I don't remember the names of the people who put them on Instagram. They were laughing. They were going, ha, 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 I'd like to see Trump go against the cartels. You think Maduro's 4.5 is going to go? I don't care if it's 5 Marines. Those 4.2 million people that he activated are done. If it's 5 Marines, they're done. My money's on the Marines. My money's on 2 of the Marines while the other 3 are taking fucking pictures. That's all there is to it. And you got the army out there, you got warships, you got warplanes, you got submarines, and Maduro sitting here calling up people like, "Hey, you need to close the taco store? We're going to need your help to fight the United States." And then the lady on the other end of the phone is going to be like, "My husband left for the border already." He's trying to get out of the country. So yeah, go ahead and cook your drugs and shit. Am I for Trump? I'm for the way he's running the country, because when you turn a country into a business, you need a fucking businessman to run it. So yeah, he's doing a good job. Closing up the border, cleaning the shit off the streets. Now all we gotta do is flush fucking San Francisco's toilet, which is the whole damn thing. And then we'll be good to go. Am I for Trump? Look at the shirt. Yeah, I like the fact that he's cleaning up the country too, and he's doing stuff that's unprecedented. You know what? I'm gonna be happy as hell when they freaking put Obama behind bars, because he's going. That shit ain't. I'm telling you right now, that he can't hide no more. Hillary can't hide anymore. Obama can't hide anymore. No one can hide anymore. There was already a senator, I think it was it Illinois? He was arrested today. He's going to prison for 7 years, which is pretty much the rest of his life. Yeah, we're cleaning it up. We're cleaning it up, and because of what happened last week, the whole world is in a new revival, and that's cool, because that's what's supposed to happen right before the end. And I guess that remote viewer didn't see that coming, huh? But on a lighter note, Still working on the drones, still printing. That's what's taking so long. I've got one X1 Carbon that I'm printing this big drone with. That's the Shrike Ultra. If you haven't seen it, go check out the playlist. And it is, I guarantee you, you will never find another fully 3D printed drone this size in the friggin' world. Guarantee it. I'm talking the EDF blades, everything. Everything. You'll never find one. I'm the only one doing it. Which is weird, because you would think somebody else would attempt it, at least. But what drove me to it was the fact that I did the original Shrike with small 70 millimeter EDFs. And that drone worked really well. The problem was you couldn't find any bigger motors that had counterclockwise rotating blades. If you wanted to do like an 80 and 90, you might be able to get something from JT Hobby if you sold, you know, a vital organ, because they're so expensive. So I just said, I'm going to make my own engines. So I chose a Torquey drive engine, and I matched it up with the blade diameter, and now I have a drone with 4 11 blade 340 millimeter EDF engines, and they're almost all complete. So I cannot wait to do the maiden on that one. I really can't. And that one's gonna be fun. That one's gonna be fun. I was watching the numbers of people that came in. Like, I was 53, and then it was like, now it's 0. Oh, now it's 1. And it's probably because of the shirt, but I don't give a shit. But yeah, to be honest with you, it's I got tired of trying to find engines that I could afford that were big enough to do the projects I wanted to do. So I just said, the hell with it, and built my own. The engines, the drive engines themselves have really high torque, and I'm running an 18 cell system, so it's 75 volts. And 11 blade high pass 340 millimeter fan. Well, people don't like the shirt because it's the 2 years that Trump came into office. And I have one that says everyone's entitled to my opinion. And then I have one that says on the back, if gender confuses you, go milk a bull. That one's one of my favorite. You know, stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, I don't care how many people are watching or not watching. This is my time. But you know, I hope you like the channel. I hope if you go and investigate the content, it's something you're interested in, and that you do enjoy it. YouTube is not gonna like the way I'm talking today, and it's because, you know, they're sympathetic. They're sympathizers. That's all there is to it. And that's the kind of thing. If they're going to come at me and say, oh, well, you said this, this, and this, and I'm going to say, well, I mean, you allow women showing off their tits to react to videos that you've already had on your platform for 20 fucking years, just so people view it, so you can attach ads to it. That's called exploitation. So I could prove that in a court of law. Another CG got it right there. Yeah, it is real. They want to blame him for everything. It's like the world was in freaking turmoil right before he took office, and then as soon as he takes office, then they're like, it's his fault. They're like, oh, it's Trump's fault. Like, if somebody, that's like saying that your house is on fire and you're going to blame the firefighter that's going in to put it out. You know? Like, it's his fault. The guy with the water hose is trying to fix everything. Fucking dumbasses. All the left is a bunch of dumbasses. No, I think I think we're headed for something, and I couldn't be more excited as someone who misses war. Couldn't be more excited. And I think my drill sergeants would be happy right now if they heard me say it. And like, because they trained me well, and I'm just like, every time something's getting ready to kick off, I'm like, is it gonna happen? We're gonna see people dropping in parachutes. This is like freaking Red Dawn. I'm ready. Let's go. Because you know what's going to happen. I mean, we're not going to have a war with the left. We're just not. There's not enough of them. That would be completely unfair and unmatched. It really would be. Besides, they'd all be huddled in their gun-free zones, thinking it made them safe. So yeah, their insanity is done with now, though. They messed up big time. All I'm going to say is, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. He was a good man. He was a good man that wanted to have a conversation with people, and they wanted to silence him for it. They wanted to silence him for that. He was speaking the truth. They wanted to silence him. He had debates with people. He would listen to you. He would let you speak. He would tell you where you were wrong, whether you believe you were wrong or not, because that's the whole point. And then you debate back. But no. Some pussy-ass coward had to take another route because he didn't like him. You know, and that guy said he did it because he thought Charlie was spewing hate. Well, what the fuck you think you were doing up on that roof with that rifle? Huh? Is that not spewing hate? Is it? Fucking coward. I hope they have the fucking electric chair in Utah. I do. And like I said, I hope they hit him twice. 3 times. Fuck it. Fucking cook that pig, man. Cook him. He deserves it. Don't put him in front of a jury, because they're all going to come back in 3 minutes. They're going to be like, he's guilty. Take him out. Now, this will all be done according to the law. That's what I believe. It should be done according to the law. In no way am I saying that anybody should take matters into their own hands, like that idiot did. If he had a grievance, all he had to do was talk, you know. But he didn't want to talk. He wanted to make a political statement, like he was going to start some kind of movement for his side. Well, that shit backfired. Just look at the world. Everybody is celebrating the life of Charlie Kirk. Everybody should be, because that man had courage. He had the courage to stand up in front of a bunch of fucking idiots and try and reason with them. He was a good man. That's all I'm gonna say. I keep wanting to keep away from that, because I don't want my channel to be about that. But I had to get it off my chest. You know, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. What's the name say? What did I say? Oh, not bothered. Who was trash? Go ahead and say it. Say it out loud. Let's see if you got the fucking balls. I hope you're talking about the shooter. At least you better be talking about the shooter. Be specific on those comments, man. People in the chat will take it wrong if you're not. So they can both be trash. Is that what you're saying? So why don't you say it instead of being a coward? Say it. Say it out loud. Go ahead. You hear all that, everybody? You hear all that? No, what I'm saying is be specific about who you're talking about, because you're not, and you won't. You won't, because the shit will get canceled out of you. Go ahead. Name the person who you think was trash. Go for it. See, you can't fucking say it because you're a fucking coward. Just like the rest of those libtard motherfuckers. Yeah, I can read. I can read that you're a fucking coward. That's what I can read. That's what I'm talking about right there. Everybody look right there in the chat. That motherfucker right there. Say goodbye to your job, bitch. Say goodbye to your job. You stupid motherfucker. Say goodbye to your job. Everybody watch and say, I'm going to clip this shit, put it everywhere. Every motherfucking where. No, let's view this message. I ain't blocking him. Yeah, I'll show it. You think I'm a fascist? What are you going to do about it? Stand on a roof and shoot at me? You cowardly motherfucking piece of shit. You and your kind are all going down. Guess you're going to lose your job at Starbucks, huh? Fucking dumbass. I knew there was going to be one. Yeah, the laughy face. The nervous laughter. The nervous laughter because he has nothing else to say. Yeah, shit got real. Because of that motherfucking coward right there. It's fucking talking trash. Just another liberal piece of shit. Yeah, he'll talk on a screen. That's what he'll do. He'll type it out. I'm going to fucking make sure I clip that shit. You're not going to work any fucking where ever again. Ever. Yeah, that's the only reason why he said it. And then he ducks out like a little bitch. God does exist. I know that for a fact because he saved my life. The God of the universe, the only God that there is. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ. And if anybody has anything to say about it and doesn't like it, I don't care. But you see how that one friggin' lefty left? That's how lefties do it. They leave. They come in and talk trash, but I'm clipping it. I'm clipping it, and I'm gonna find out who he is, where he works, and I'm calling his fucking boss. His days are numbered where he works. His shit's done. Yep. That's the guy right there. Not bothered. Another fucking coward. That's all he is. The only God. Yes. And that's the only one that there is. Yes, Hamburger. By the way, that's a cool name. He came in here to try and piss me off, and it does piss me off because they're cowards. They say shit and they run off. And if they can't get their point across, they try to take shots at people. That's all they know how to do. See what I'm talking about? Yeah. Oh man, I cannot wait to put that bitch on blast every fucking where. Everywhere. And if you're just coming, if anybody just comes in, you scroll up on those texts and look for that guy. Not bothered. Look for him. See what he said. Get his ass fucking canned. No, he wouldn't say that shit to me. I dare him to fucking find me and come and say it to my face. Say it to my face. I'll pray for him right before I drive his fucking dick into the dirt. If he's even got one. Watch, he probably ran off to report it to YouTube. He said this to me and that to me. Yeah, they are. We're gonna take his ass down. And I want anybody else coming here talking trash about Charlie Kirk. I'm gonna make sure I know exactly where you are. And your days of working anywhere are fucking over. Period. Oh, you're missing it, Glory. Scroll up in the chat. Username, not bothered. Said Charlie Kirk was trash. That's exactly what he said. So we're going to make exactly sure that he works nowhere ever again. Ever again. Yeah, if Glory was here, he would have tore his shit up. He's like, I got YouTube accounts for that shit. Talking shit. Yeah, he is. You know what, Hamburger? It sounds like you're on this, man. Find that boy. Find that boy. Let's find out where he works. Blow his ass up on social media. Just another trash talker. That's it. We'll take them all down. Yeah, I guarantee you he wouldn't say that shit right in front of me. He's probably 4'1", somewhere around there. I'd just step on him. I'm glad we got one. Of course they do that to get attention. They say it to get attention all the time. And if they were to ever try to come at me, it would be the last thing that they ever did. I mean, if someone breaks into my house, let's just say, and they were here to rob me or steal or try and hurt my family or whatever, and I disarm them, they would be asking me over and over again why I'm not calling the police. And you've seen the reels. Because that's evidence. Nobody knows you're here. You made the decision to come into my house to try and take something or hurt somebody. Now it's my turn. I'm telling you that right now. Let somebody come at me. Let somebody come at me. Let them. You think all I can build is fucking drones? No. Shit, I will fucking have a satellite over that motherfucker's house by tonight. Promise you that. I mean, I will Google map that shit and put it on freaking YouTube. Everywhere. This is where the guy who says that Charlie Kirk was trash lives at. Right there. I am not condoning violence against anyone. I am just letting his employer know that the type of people that he hired. Well, I don't have a plan going. I already know. I know people, so you know. And you don't hurt anybody. You don't try to take somebody's life. You don't attack them physically. Because that only hurts for a little while. You want to take their money, their credibility, and their social standing online. That'll cripple them for life. Ghost. I remember your comment. You like those lights on the drone, huh? Sound activated? This has been a good live. I really enjoy it. I've enjoyed it. I have. But you notice how he disappeared? Didn't say a word. He's probably watching right now. Probably like trying to call as many people as he can to try and get me in trouble. Because I called him out and what did I do? He said he was trying to be cryptic about what he was saying. Right? And finally, I pushed enough buttons and he came right out and said it. What a dumbass. What? Oh, Evan. Hey, how's it going, man? Been a while since you've been trolling. Miss you. Say the wrong thing again. Actually, I'll be honest with you. These aren't even real teeth. I fucking broke my fake teeth. You see, I did some stuff for the military where it required a lack of identification. It's why I have no tattoos and no original teeth. So, yeah, I'm not ashamed to talk about it. I have to wear these stupid fucking things. And I actually knocked one off out of the thing by dropping it. Thanks. I love the mug, too. Appreciate it. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Evan. Where you at now? So I'm going to just put it out there. Okay? Yeah, I do have fake teeth. All of them are fake. And it's because, well, it's because of my job. So that's all I can really tell you. I can't say much more. But that's what makes me trouble for a guy like the one that was talking shit a while back. Sasquatch from Canada says hi. How you doing? Drinking from the skull. Yeah. Yeah. Liberal tears. That's the way to do it, Glory. Man. Can you believe it though, Glory? I'm already up over 9,000 subs. It's crazy. It's almost like people are almost interested in this stuff. Not a lot of people usually are. I mean, it's sort of niche content, you know. It's in the drone field, but the FPVers don't want to say anything about me. Joshua Bardwell ain't gonna say shit about my channel because I'm doing exciting shit. He's not gonna promote me. He's not gonna say anything. None of the FPVers. They're all competing against what I'm doing. I'm building a custom drone for a specific purpose, and it's not to fly around through little tiny holes in brick buildings. That's for babies. No, I didn't dye my hair. Why would you ask that? Hi, Connor. How you doing? Rodrigo. Thank you. God bless your family too. Appreciate that. So, Evan, why do you think I dyed my hair? Oh, hold on. Don't go by too fast. Oh. Yeah, that's true, Evan. Why are you ignoring Glory? You're ignoring his chats. Thank you, Hamburger. I appreciate it. And I try to be entertaining while I'm here. Yeah. I do my best, but it has to be sort of ad lib. It's not something I can do. You know, I can't script it. YouTube. I just learned about the whole YouTube hype thing, and I think you have to scroll over from the comment thing, and there's something where you can hype. I don't know if you can hype a live. Can you hype a live? Oh, Evan. He's still jealous. You'll get hair on your nuts eventually, brother. Give it time. Eating chips. No more political violence. Well, they should have thought of that before they started political violence. My car bed? You still on that? You said that like 3 fucking lives ago. You have any new material, or are you working off of a fucking little tiny notebook? Come on, man, put in some fucking effort. If you're gonna troll. If not, just stop. At least be a good troll. Give me something new I gotta work with here. You know? Fuck. Same old shit. Car bed. I mean, come on. You said, how many times has he said that? Glory, how many times has he mentioned car bed? How many times has he said car bed? Car bed. Do you want a car bed for Christmas or something, Evan? I'll get you a car bed, man. Fuck. Wait, hold on. Keep talking. I'm learning how to speak Ebonics. I have no fucking clue why you said that. This skull doesn't remind you of him. I don't know what that means, Rodrigo. You're going to have to break that one down. Evan goes again, thinking he accomplished something. You forgot an L there, Evan. Are you keeping it because you're a loser? Dude, Hamburger, I'm glad you're having a good time, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's people like Evan who make it worth it for me to even get on here, because they come back with the same exact. Do you know how many trolls I have freaking smashed? I mean, they're subs now. I broke them in half, and they keep coming back. Same trolls keep coming back into my lives. Like, they just can't get enough of me. I think Evan's in love with me, to be honest with you. But I don't swing that way, so you're going to have to wait in line at a Starbucks. Big Tex Carbon. What the fuck are you talking about, Evan? It's the same shit. He said the same shit every time. Where's your girlfriend, bro? You got her locked up in the background. This is the same exact lines. You have nothing new. You need to leave until you have better material. You suck as a troll. You seriously suck as a troll. Yeah, I mean, fucking do some research and come up with something new. Oh, he got timed out. He got timed out for 86,000 seconds. Enjoy your time out, Evan. We'll see you next year. Oh, yeah. Oh, count down the days, because Not Bothered's going to lose his job. He came in and said the wrong thing. But he was a coward about it. He wouldn't say it outright. He was like, and that's what they do on that side. That's what cowards do, man. They hint at what they're saying. They won't say it directly because they're pussies. But then I finally got him to admit exactly who he was talking about. And Not Bothered here on YouTube, you'll see it in the chat if you scroll up, said that Charlie Kirk was trash. So now, Not Bothered is a target. He is going to lose his job. He's going to lose his social standing online. He's going to lose everything, because I'm going to fucking make sure of it. Right now, Not Bothered, if you're still watching, you are my next fucking project, bitch. Thank you, Hamburger. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Well, yeah, I see what you're saying, Average Country. I mean, they troll until, they get what they want. They get a reaction. Sometimes, but with me, it's going to be the reaction that you don't want. Okay, I'll tell you, Eating Chips, if you want to know what's happening. So a guy called Not Bothered here on YouTube, if you scroll up, you'll see it in the chat. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Said that Charlie Kirk was trash. No, he wasn't. Charlie Kirk was a hero. Charlie Kirk was someone that didn't have fear. He knew what could happen to him, and he still went out and did it for the glory of God. And if you come in here talking trash about Charlie Kirk, I'm coming after your job. I'll come after your house. I'll make sure your landlord puts you out on the fucking street. I'll make sure your freaking car dealer repos your shit because of what you said. I'll guarantee it. And I will call up everybody I freaking know who still runs a satellite, and we will make sure you are on TV all day long. Oh, I don't have to get him fired. He's done. He's done. Yeah, he needs to lose his job. There are consequences for what you say. There are consequences. And if you're going to talk like that, how many other people have been fired already over talking about him like that, about talking bad about Charlie? This entire world stood up for that man. If you're going to talk shit about him, I guarantee you're going to lose everything you got. Yeah, I understand. I know exactly what you're saying, Connor. I do. And it's a hard line for me to stay on one side of, because I was trained. I was trained by the best to be a soldier, to defend in the only way I know how. And I can guarantee you what I'm saying right now is the really light end of the spectrum of what I am capable of. So, yeah, not bothered is lucky that I am a Christian and that I'm just talking about how angry I am. Because I guarantee you, if I went the other route, he wouldn't be bothered anymore about anything. That's how I'm trained. Yes. Yes. And I know exactly what it smells like when somebody's baking in the sand. You don't seem very Christian. You ever heard about righteous anger? We're not supposed to abide evil. There are some of us that are set aside to destroy it. So, yeah, you might think I don't sound Christian. But like Charlie said, I didn't come here to make peace. I didn't. And Christ didn't come here to make peace either, because he knew his message would stir up the world. So yeah. Oh, somebody's messages are getting held for review. No. Okay, no, I'm going to show that one because I'm going to answer that question. You think I'm happily violent? I was trained at Fort fucking Benning. What do you think? You think we were trained to come home and just fucking forget about all the shit? No. We were trained to be happily violent. You know what they told us? It might be hard for you to engage the enemy because they're human beings. Just imagine that there's the silhouette targets on the shooting range. That's what we were told by our drill sergeants. They're not people. They're the enemy. And that's who we were fighting over there. What do you want me to do? Go up and shake their hand? And you know what? I'm a Christian, so I can't kill you even though you're trying to kill me. And we're enemies on the battlefield. How do you think that's going to play out? I want to see what he said. Don't block his shit. I want to see what he said. No, there's. You're right about that. Christians shouldn't be submissive. All I'm telling you right now is everyone expects a Christian to just. Do you understand anything about Christianity? What am I even saying that's so terrible? I don't even. I couldn't tell because it was redacted for some reason. Go ahead and repeat yourself. Eating chips. I'm talking to you. The message was held, and then I couldn't find it. So, any mods, don't hold back what he's gonna say. I want to see. Well, I thank you for that. You know what? None of us ever expected to be thanked for our service. None of us ever expected any benefits when we left. It took me 10 years before I even went after my vet benefits. And they still ain't giving me enough. Hey, Chips, you're confusing me. You're gonna have to like consolidate. Post some content on your YouTube channel instead of just using DAD account. Okay. Who's not American? Chips? Are you in America? Texas is a good state. Don't fuck it up. Hamburger. Oh, yeah. They don't treat us like kings. They treat us like shit. That's why I go out and help some of the homeless people, because some of the homeless people out there that I know that live in my town are vets. And I'm on a fixed income, man. I still give them what I got. If I've got 20 bucks, I want to give them 10. I'll guarantee I'm broke as shit, man. I don't make enough off of vet benefits. You kidding me? I barely get by. I live in California on $1,700 a month. That's it. And half of that, I mean, 400, well, I think it's 400. 400 of that's not even the vet benefits. So it's like, it's ridiculous. That's why I started this channel and started doing what I do. I'm an engineer. That's what I love doing. I love building aviation, experimental propulsion. It's what I do. So I started the channel and I wanted it to monetize because I want to be able to continue to do the work I love doing, but I also want to be able to give an estate to my family. That's what I want. I don't want to be renting anymore. I had to renovate this entire garage into a shop just so I could start building the stuff I'm building. RJ, you're welcome. Thank you. Hold on. How can you be deported to a place inside? What are you talking about? You know, I had one person that used to be a subscriber, and he was on my Discord. I got rid of him because he was toxic. He was obviously had some substance abuse, and I honestly pray. I think about him, and I pray for him because he kind of went off the deep end, claiming that some of my work was his, and all because he donated some money to the Buy Me a Coffee link in my bio. But yeah, he kind of lost it a little bit. And I felt sorry for him until he threatened my minor children with his grown-up children. And at that point, he was never heard from again. I don't know what could have happened to him. I hope he's safe. You threaten my family or kids, I don't give a shit where you are. I'll find you. We'll sit down and have a nice adult talk. Plain and simple. Now, the reason why he doesn't talk shit anymore, because he tried several times, and I know he's still floating around as one of my subscribers on the channel. He just thinks I don't know who he is. He still watches me because that's the kind of person he is. He's fucked up in the head. Now, I pray for him, like I said. And I know I got a mouth. I curse, and you're asking why I curse him and curse. It's just it's a habit from the military, and I always have to ask for forgiveness after a live, because I'm always, it's just, this is the military in me, okay? That's just all it is. So I apologize for cursing if it offends anyone. If I want to offend you, I have several shirts I can put on that will offend everyone. Because I don't want to offend any one person. I'd rather do you all collectively as a whole. So, uh, but those are the people that don't like me. If whatever I say offends people, then I've done my job. 20 times? Damn, Glory. Handle that shit, Glory. Yeah, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I don't want to throw his name out there just because I think it's wrong to draw attention to him. Because I honestly think he needed help. I think he needed help, and I think he deserves that help. But he was a good guy until he threatened my family. And then, you know, the trees will grow greener where he's at. That's all there is to it. You know, I mean, he literally said he was going to sue me. Get this. Sue me for under maritime law. And he's in a landlocked state in the United States. That's how off this dude was. He walks up and he's like, David, hey, what's up, man? Yeah. Yeah, the train is what brought me home. Yeah. Trust me, I got them. I got a lot of them. I got injured in the knee, but I got a lot of them. What are you working on? Waiting. No, it's not frozen. I was waiting for a response. I wonder how many people are watching. It looks like 6, and it's funny because everyone's enjoying the conversation. So. You're working in the Lyft Uber. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Hey, we still got to put that window sticker in your car. We got to find it. Get some more promotion for my channel. I don't have cool car. Well, I mean, I take that back. I don't have a muscle car or anything like that. Where's my machine guns? That's none of your damn business, and I'll thank you to stay out of my personal affairs. The only car I have right now is a 2006 Chrysler with a Hemi in it, and you know, I don't have one that I want. I would love a Mustang or maybe a Hellcat or something like that, but I can't afford stuff like that, you know. So this car was given to me by somebody who because I had a car, but it was on loan to me from one of my bosses who owns some properties that I secure. I run security on those, and he had a car for him, but he had to take it somewhere else, and somebody else who was working for him was buying a new wife, or buying a new wife, buying a new car for his wife, and the dealership didn't want to give him what he thought that the car was worth. Well, and this was the first act that anyone has ever done for me as a veteran. And he's like, I can't see a veteran having his car taken away. And he gave me that car, a 2006 Chrysler. And I can't thank him enough for it, because I turn the traction control off on that bitch every time I pull it out of the driveway. It's got 22-inch rims on it. Not really my style, but I mean, it's like towed out. I can take corners at 60. It's a fun car. I'm drifting all over the place, just for fun. In safe areas, of course. Never on open streets, because that's dumb. That's how people get hurt. I am a veteran. Hamburger, I thought you saw that already. I thought you figured that. Yep. I joined, basically right after we were attacked on 9/11. So, yeah, that was the one thing I learned. See, being from California, it's sort of a dry heat. Okay, it's a desert, Sergeant. And the dry heat here, it can be 95, 100, 120. I mean, what was it, like last year before, I think the highest we got here was 120. Well, no, 115. They projected 120, but it only got up to about 115. And I'm thinking, yeah, I can handle the Georgia heat. No problem. I've been through worse. I didn't factor in humidity. I bet your ass I factored it in when I got off that plane. Because it was like walking into they're like, it's 85 degrees. I'm like, that's nothing. And then I walk out of the plane and I was like, holy shit. How the hell do you guys breathe here? And I was born, never traveled anywhere except before I was deployed, I went to Australia. And it was hot there too, but it wasn't as humid as the South. Because the South is, I'm telling you, Atlanta in mid-July, and I'm from California, professional couch potato at the time, and I go over to a place where I think 85's nothing. Dude, you are swimming through the atmosphere wherever you're going down there. I gotta hand it to the people in the South. If you can handle that stuff every day of your life, damn. I mean, you guys are built different. That's all there is to it. I mean, props to Atlanta. Yeah, you guys in Georgia. I don't know how you live there. I will tell you one thing, though. It was the first time I saw a firefly in real life. And I just about shot at it because for me, I'm from California. We never seen this shit in real life. We don't have them here, So all we've seen them in is fucking Disney movies, and no one's gonna watch fucking gay ass Disney anymore, right? So I go over there and I see a firefly for the first time in real life. It flies right past my face and lights up, and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" I was like, and the person I was with at the time, I says, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "The hell was that?" He goes, "A firefly." I'm like, "Oh, that shit's real?" I'm like, "All right, we're cool, no problem." Did I get to see cool vehicles where? Oh, like Humvees and the Bulls or the Buffaloes and the everything else we have there, Bradleys. We had fun watching the Warthogs come in. When they were laying down fire. We're like, just laze it. Call it or call it in. If they were doing hellfires or anything like that, like from the Apaches, things like that, they'd laze their own targets and stuff like that. Very rarely did we ever have to mark targets, but because we just call it in. We were coordinating, and that was one of the biggest things I learned in my communications training part of my special training, was the fact that we relied more on coordinates and maps than we did anything else. So, yeah, the B-52 is badass. I guarantee you that. But watching the Warthog come in after you know it's coming, you know, you can hear it, and the enemy can hear it, and all we see is the whole freaking tree line. Just freaking smoke and fire and freaking look like magnesium rounds. And just spalling everywhere, right? And then and then everybody on our side, we're like, yeah! They're like, get the fuck down. We don't know if they're all on yet. Hey, Rhett, what's going on? Yeah, I was. Those were good days. Those were fun days. And oh my gosh, where is that? There it is. See, like right here. The roof is only cooking at 92 degrees, which ain't bad. Starting to get cooler out, which is kind of nice. But then they're like, oh, next week is going to be 97. It's like, make up your mind already. Give us some cold freaking weather. I miss the cold weather. You still fighting that fire? How's it going over there, Rhett? Stay safe out there, man. You know, if you'd stop starting fires, you wouldn't have to go put them out. 93 over there. So we all know what our mission is, right? Not bothered? That guy? He's about to lose everything. I hope you're all on it. Don't forget it. Find him, find out where he works, get him fired. Because whether anyone likes it or not, we're all Charlie Kirk now. There you go. Execute mission, hamburger. You are weapons free. Metaphorically speaking. Work, damn you. Thank you for that. I hope you do find him because he was. It's funny how he ducked out real quick though, because he knew shit was gonna come down on his head. That's what I think is funny, as he came in and started talking trash, and I don't understand why people have to be so hateful. I mean, when I was in the military, anybody I had to take care of, I didn't hate them. It was just a job. You know? It's just a job. And why does everyone take it personally? Every time I show up at somebody's door, they always take it personal. It's just business. So I'm sticking to drones. Anyway. Well, before we wrap it up, because it is getting extremely warm in here, I know y'all want to see it. If you haven't already, hold on, I gotta unplug my phone. It's gonna get mad. Wait, here goes.
I wasn't finished.
See? See? My phone's a female. All right. Let's see what we have. All right. So, over here, We have one of the engines. I should probably turn on a light. Okay. This engine's done, except for the motors. No, I've still ordered the motor. I've got one motor on here, but I can't button this one up until I get the lighting in on this. But that's a 340 millimeter. And this is the whole drone, basically. I'm still buttoning up this motor here, printing pieces on it right now for the ductwork. And then I got to put the bearings in on the center shaft here. Then I got to put the top bearing on. The roller bearing that's in here already on the bottom is already complete. This will give you an idea of how this goes. So I still got to button this up. So what I do is because this is so big, I have to print it in sections. So what I do is print it in sections, and then I have these braces here, and then of course I stagger the seam points across the actual fan casing. So you can see I don't have did I put the roller bearing in? I haven't put the roller bearing in this one yet. Let me see. I'll just show you on this one. This is the roller bearing I use to keep the fan vertical. This is the collet shaft here. Same thing over here. This is one of the motor mounts, or one of the versions of the motor mounts, and then this is the heat sink that I use for the top. It basically uses a thermal paste and it attaches to the top of the outrunner, and that is what keeps the engine cooler if I hit amps over about 80, because the peak on those motors are about 100 amps at 75 volts, but it gives me 9,000 RPMs. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I'll tell you that right now. This is a big drone, and this is the one I know Toast was watching for before. And he, because I have Arduino lights on this, but here's the cool part. I wonder if it'll work, because if it does, oh wait, I need a battery. Hold on one second. I'll get the stand. All right, hold on. Let me get this hooked up here. All right, so I've got this is why I'm setting up a power system with that bus bar that Rhett gave me. Thanks, Rhett. Because it's going to be for the lights, not for the motors, because I need something that can handle 600 amps. Once I get this going. Okay. So, sorry, these are some body things. So, if you can see that, it reacts to sound. And you can see when I'm playing with the mic. Okay. It looks good with the light off. Let me turn the lights off. Let me get this other one. Freaking lights everywhere. So any kind of sound it reacts to. So when the engine spools up and it gets really loud, it goes all the way around. And then I'll have to do some tuning in the code to make sure that it's not like completely a different color. But what will happen is as the engine spools up to RPMs for lift, it'll completely change colors. As I spool down and go back into a hover, then it will basically be about half, probably around here. So you can kind of tell if I play with the mic a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. I'm tapping on the mic. You know, party time. But, hey, Jackson, how's it going? Glad you could make it. Evan, Magnet. Oh, there it goes. Okay. That's what happens when it touches metal. The table's metal. So that's one thing I got to worry about. But everything's working on the sound sensitivity, and that's what I wanted. And I can program. See, I have one strip of lights that goes on the inside of the motor, and one that mirrors it on the outside to illuminate the ductwork. And that was the whole point, because what I want to see is I want to see those blades when this thing is a blur, just changing color and just getting weird, you know. It's exciting for me because I'm so close to getting this whole thing down on the ground and assembled, because it's 5 feet by 5 feet. So there's no way I'm getting this on my car. There just isn't. It'll be up to Rhett to weld a table for me. Actually, the cart. You've got to make the cart for me, Rhett. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to move it around. I have to turn it sideways to get it through the door. So I had a cart designed that I set up. Well, I didn't set it up. I designed it. It hasn't been made yet. But the cart is so that I can roll it through doorways and get it into a trailer to pull it to whatever field I test. I will be doing a hover test in my backyard, not above the fence, but high up enough to where there's no ground effect, because that's what I need to test the PID loop. I will spin it up here on the ground in the garage, and then we're all going to know exactly how much husky hair I missed when I was vacuuming. Because that's 4 340 millimeter fans pushing air at just an ungodly speed. And it's going to be so much fun. And the body's going to light up the same way. Plus, since it's Arduino and I can program a whole bunch of different light sequences that I can put on switches on my TX16S controller, that will allow me to actually switch the sequences to different color modes if I want to, and different effect modes. And that's going to be cool, because I don't need 16 channels for running the drone. It will have GPS. It does have a tail number with the FAA already. I've already registered it with the FAA. So I can fly anywhere in my area below 400 feet. Definitely not going that high, but David that was in here earlier, he actually wants me to basically lift him up over a lake and drop him. Obviously from a safe distance, we're not talking like 400 feet, because that's still like hitting concrete, but he wants to go up 20, 30 feet and basically cannonball from the drone. So we're going to get a parachute rig so that he's got his quick releases. And then we're going to, because the drone can lift 472 pounds. It's considered a UAS at this point, just an unmanned aerial system. And the idea was SAROPS, so it's like saving people from building tops, making it into places normal drones can't, because the end version will have gimbaling engines, so that it can go from a flat drone to a vertical drone and go in between trees and not have to worry about the props getting messed up, because it's a ducted van, so that it can drop life-saving supplies to like hikers or something that may have been injured, or somebody out in the wilderness. It can be used for fire mitigation, spotting hot spots, using those fire extinguishing grenades that it could launch at hot spots to kind of help put stuff out. Reconnaissance with FLIR imaging, that kind of thing. There's many applications. It's a multi-role platform. So it's designed to be a multi-role platform. Now everyone's asking, well, who's going to buy it because it's 3D printed? It being 3D printed is not the design. I mean, that's not the end result for this. This is basically to prove that it can be done in 3D printing, and that it can be airworthy. And that's the whole point. So when the finished product, and this is why I'm looking for a CNC, it's why we were discussing CNCs earlier, is because I need an affordable CNC solution to get my drive system the hub and my blades all done, including the main stator hub that holds the bearings, in a aircraft grade aluminum, so that it can handle, you know, the load. Can help with law enforcement. Yeah, that's one of the main things I wanted to do, was search and rescue operations. It's got enough power and it's small enough to where it can be transported anywhere easily in comparison to a helicopter, but it can still lift a human being off of, you know, a roof of a flooded area and get them to safety. So instead of having a chopper have to deal with all the winds and stuff like that, you're talking about 4 massive EDFs that can self-stabilize, lock and hold position, and lower down a gantry system, like just a netted bed if I have to, you know, just to get people up off the roof, bring them home, that kind of thing. It's basically meant to be a multi-role platform. So the end result is going to be the flight worthiness test, where we bring this thing up, test it out with the PETG bullet. I know it's a 50-50 shot we're going to have a detonation of one of the engines, just because it's a PETG system. But if it hovers, even for a few minutes, it proves the flight worthiness of the whole system. And that's when, hopefully, I make enough. What would be the potential air time on this? I'm picturing way too many batteries. It's actually only 18S on the system, believe it or not. It's 18S. It's 3 22.2 volt, 10,000 milliamp batteries. But I do have a hydrogen solution for the power system for longer run times. This is just, I'm only using the LiPos that I have right now for the flight test. It's still going to run off the same voltage when I'm using hydrogen. It's just that we're at a point in the growth of the channel where you have to look at what it is I'm doing, what kind of money do I have, is the channel making anything to help contribute to that, and it's slow going because of that. And that's a lot of the reason for that, is because I'm on vet benefits and I don't have a lot to work with, so I do what I can. Thanks, Amber. I don't know about Einstein. I never did like math. Well, I guess he didn't either. Actually, when he was just a boy in gymnasium in Munich, Einstein rarely ever went to class. How he ever became part of the faculty is because he's a genius, you know. So it's Newton that I gotta have words with, because he decided to go ahead and take math and go, hey, you know what math needs? Alphabets. Fucker. Now I gotta do calculus and algebra. So it's like, I hold nothing against them, but I take things from an approach of, in my head, I have all of these designs. This is where they are. I don't write them down. I don't draw them out. When I have the idea in my head and I decide to make it, I make it. And I test it. I see if it works. If it works, I continue forward. And I keep going. And in the end, I have like the Shrike V10 Maiden, like you'll see. I did that out of 70 millimeter EDF jet engines for an RC jet. And I made a drone out of it. And if you look up Shrike V10 Maiden, you'll see it. That was a fun drone. It's in the Shrike concept drone playlist, close to the end. Not close to the end, but it's in there. You'll see it. It's the V10. It's version 10. That's the one that flew the best. So I decided at one point that I wanted to go bigger on the motors, but the problem was the motors were too damn expensive when you go to large ones. So you can get a Schubler engine for $5,000, but it's not going to put out the thrust that I can get out of these 340 millimeter engines. Then I'm powering these engines, or I'm powering these turbines with a 75 volt motor out of a freaking off-road electric skateboard. And if you look up some of the test runs I did when spinning this fan up, a lot of it is in shorts, not videos. So if you look up some of the shorts where I spun this up, like the Danger Close one, I called it Danger Close Filming, I think. And it was when I was testing this engine. I had to chain it down to the table. I was testing the first engine. And you'll see how powerful it is. And that was at 48 volts when I was testing it. And this thing is capable of 75. So at 75 volts, it's going to be twice as powerful as what you were seeing on the table if you watch that short. So it kind of gives you an idea. But I decided it was because of the high price of large EDF engines that I went and decided to go ahead and design my own and find an appropriate drive engine for it. So it was a matter of matching kilovolts to voltage to find out my RPMs, then figure out the chord length of my blades, the desired variable pitch, and then I decided on a high pass fan configuration in 11 blade. It's what produced the least amount of torque and resistance on the engine and kept the heat down, but while still giving me the RPMs I was looking for the lift, which resulted in a drone that can produce 472 pounds of thrust. Printed on one 3D printer, by the way, with one hardened nozzle from Bamboo Labs. It's the X1 Carbon. I'm not throwing them out, as I'm not trying to be a sponsor for them. They're not sponsoring me. I'm just telling you how their printers work. I have an X1 Carbon with the AMS. I have printed this entire drone so far with one nozzle. One nozzle and 28 kilograms of clear PETG. That's how much it takes to finish this drone. 28 kilos. That's 28 full rolls of filament. And I might end up going over that. Obviously, there's some carbon fiber rod reinforcement that I've put into the design. That's so I have a place to carry the power supply and the control deck. And of course, we've got GPS that's going to be on there, like I said. I'm going to have a GoPro on board, but it's not going to be FPV because I'm not really good at FPV, and it's going to be controlled by a Speedy Bee F405 wing APP, and the power distribution system is just a bus bar. It's a 600 amp bus bar, nothing complicated. Oh, I'm not backing down on this project. No, and besides the SAROP potential for this, from what you've seen so far, you have to consider that this is only half of the size of the one that I'm building that I'm going to ride like an off-road quad. Okay, I am building a drone like this, EDFs. That means we can duct the airflow everywhere and the blades can be hidden. The engines will be twice the size of these. And it'll basically be like an off-road quad. Ground-facing LiDAR will keep you at a constant height. Forward-facing LiDAR and cameras will let the computer know what terrain is coming forward, depending on the speed that you're going. And you can ride it at street level just like you would a regular quad or a bike. And then when you want to and you're in a safe place and there's no power lines, go up to 100 feet, fly to the store, go get some stuff, fly back home. Forget traffic. Yeah, if NASA hired me, man, the ship that I'm going to build after the quad is I'm going to the Kármán line with. It's going to be mainly powered by hydrogen. And I've already designed a cockpit and cargo area out of basically titanium sheeting for the inside, because you don't need as much. It's not exposed to the cold of space. but it only takes about 0.7 mils of titanium to keep a vacuum of 14.7 psi, which is 1 atmosphere absolute, in the vacuum of space. The insulation will be, the outside will be an aircraft grade aluminum, and then in between the interior and exterior hull, we're going to be using helium or some other inert fuel that not only filters radiation, but actually insulates you from the cold of space. So the interior hull never has to try and maintain temperature. Plus your heat and everything is generated by the electrolysis process from the on-board, on-demand hydrogen production system, which separates and compresses the air into 3 different bottles. So you've got 3 for the oxygen, 3 for the hydrogen. You're constantly producing hydrogen, and it's going into the compression tanks, then it's going into the sub-tanks, and then it's going into the main tanks that run the engines and the electrical system. Plus, you have a supply of oxygen that you're creating. And with the CO2 scrubbers on board, you already know you can turn CO2 into oxygen through another process. So technically, it's a self-sustaining system as long as you have the right minerals on board. So it's going to depend solely on how you want to develop the hydrogen. Are you going to do it with electrolysis through water, which is heavy, or are you going to do it chemically through, like, say, magnesium and hydrochloric acid, that kind of thing. So the easiest way to get them separated is to do it through a liquid electrolysis. Then, if you want to develop more energy, since that gets hot, when you're doing electrolysis, you use Peltier circuit technology or something similar to Peltier circuit technology to harvest the heat energy off of one side and store that. Because it's the same thing they use in water coolers that have a hot and cold side. There's Peltier circuits. You apply a 12-volt voltage, it gets hot on one side, cold on the other. But if you apply hot to the cold side and cold to the hot side, you generate power from the Peltier. So if you have a system that's generating both, like the heat coming off of the electrolysis system and the coldness at altitude outside, you can generate more electricity based specifically on the temperature differentials. So there's a lot that goes into the ship. It actually has a lot more engines. It's got 4 main engines, or 4 lift engines, which are gravity mitigation thrusters, and then it has 2 hydrogen turbines that articulate, so that it's basically, it can stand at a hover, it can go vertical, it can do anything it wants. I mean, that's the whole reason behind the design. That's a larger, more ambitious project. But it all started somewhere. I mean, hey, Microsoft started off in a garage, right? Jeff Bezos, he started Amazon in a tiny little office. And while I don't think I'm going to make the money they made, just because, you know, they have, look what they're doing, right? You know, look what they're selling. The whole world runs off of it. So, I don't know. Would you, if you had an opportunity to buy a quad that ran on turbines, and you could still stay at ground level and enjoy the outdoors, but then if you wanted to, you could just go up above the trees and watch the sunset from a couple hundred feet, would you buy one? And I'm not talking about that Volanaut bike, okay? I'm sorry. That's an ingenious design, but having a kerosene turbine next to my crotch like that, not going to happen. And if you notice in those videos, he never banks, ever. And the reason for that is because you would flip right the hell over. Because that's the way that bike is designed. He's not banking in that thing. You'd have to pull some serious G's around a corner to bank in that bike. The quad has, like I said, articulating nacelles. So if you go around the corner fast, you lean into it, these 2 engines go out and turn to yaw into the turn, and you're pushed down in the seat just like 1G, just like sitting on it regularly. So you can hit that corner in midair and just, then those engines will come back straight when you finish and straighten you back out. That's the whole point, is being able to, like a self-driving car, being able to ride it with standard commands, but it has the technology on board to keep itself stable and to stay in line on the road. And then you can just go into off-road mode whenever you want to. So, yeah, it's going to be a ways before I get there. Like I said, I got to make some money with this channel because, it's expensive. It's expensive to get this stuff done. Especially when you just want, to try out a CNC machine to see if it's, adequate for your needs. But if it isn't, then you're stuck with it. So if I drop $6,000 on the Carvera, desktop CNC, because I can get my STL blades on there, because they're just about long enough, but I can't use the 4th axis plug-in because there's not enough room. It's only 92 millimeters of clearance. My blades are bigger than that. I'd have to carve the top and then carve a negative and then flip it over and carve the other side. What I really need is a 5-axis. Just a big enough 5-axis. Not like a huge shop 5-axis, but one big enough to do the parts I need for this blade. Dude, CJ, good luck, man. We'll be praying for it. That's good. Ugh. I had a job once. Oh, man. Oh, I'm glad you found something, man. That's good. CJ's a good guy. He supported me from the beginning. That's cool, man. Yeah, get into that web development. I got some IP. There's a name on here I want you to look up with some IP addresses. Oh, man, that's right. You're a coder. You're the guy for this job. There was a streamer that came... Not streamer. There was a idiot that came into the chat. His name was Not Bothered. I don't know if you can scroll up and see. He was talking trash about Charlie Kirk, and I called him out on it. And he ran off like a little bitch. But it's too late because he already said what he said. It's on the live stream. I'm going to clip it, and then I'm going to make sure the right people get it. Somebody invited... Okay, I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Some crazy man in my chat invited you to join my Discord. And then it turned out that he was just crazy enough to then turn on you and try to sue... Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I was like, is there another guy out there? I got enough crazy people I'm dealing with. Yeah, that guy was... that was a piece of work, I'll tell you. Look at this 2 viewers shit. I don't know if these numbers are right. And they don't bother me none. But I just like talking to you guys. But YouTube's probably going to be pissed off at me because of me getting angry at that one guy. But the whole world's already angry at people like him. So, yeah, he's going to lose his job. We're going to make sure of that. Take away his livelihood. So he wanted to talk shit. But I showed you guys the projects. I showed you guys what was going on. It is getting warmer in here. by the second. Oh yeah, now on the roof. 90, 95. It's a slow roast. But you guys know what the projects are. If you want more information about them, check out the videos. Check out the channel. And oh my gosh, you've seen the drone. Especially you, Hamburger. I know you're going to want one. I have a store. You can get hoodies, hats, merch, all kinds of stuff. There's a hoodie I did with a neon version of the Strike Ultra on it. And on the back it says DPC. Everybody should have a brand new hoodie for their girlfriend to steal. So you should go to that store. Go to the store and get one. Pick up a mug. Pick up a throw fleece. You know, that kind of thing. Go check it out. Go for it, man. Got tons of colors. If there's a color there that you want that's not on there, on whatever it is, let me know, and I'll try and make it available for you. But I made that related to the guy in the photos, right? And I actually ended up landing on that guy's account. Oh, really? Really? Wow. We got CJ on it, man. All right. Well, then you can find that user we were talking about earlier that was talking trash and make sure he doesn't work at his barista's job anymore. Because that wasn't no real man. That was a barista. Guaranteed. Yeah, that was his name. Not bothered. Yeah, he's cooked. He's done. I think we should all get on. Should be our mission. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up because it's getting kind of warm. But I want to thank you all for dropping by. I appreciate every one of you. And you know, my final words of encouragement are going to be: everybody holds together, because things are going to get pretty hairy pretty quick. And I want to say God bless Charlie Kirk and his family. And so much more good is going to come from this. I know it was a horrible thing, but a lot of good is going to come out of what happened. You've already seen it all the way around the world. Everybody's waking up to the sickness of the left. And we're going to destroy it. So with that being said, thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate you. You have a wonderful day. And I will see you all again on the next live, but probably not before you get a chance to see this drone, spin up. Maybe we'll do a live before that. Maybe we'll do the spin up live. So, you guys have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you again next time.